been singing that.
Gotta warm up. Okay. Tonsils are warmed up. You know what I mean? E142. 1 times 4 times 2 is 8. 8 divided by 2 is 4. There's 2 of us. Yes. And it's 1 podcast. And somehow I've said 1, 4, and 2.
Jeez, you somehow did.
Wait, there is only 2 of us today. I forgot about that. Check our YouTube to see why Dill is not here.
To see why.
Which makes no sense. But
is there a sign as to why? Maybe there is.
Check our check our YouTube to see Wagwan. Yeah, I mean, True North Views podcast. We're back with another one. Toronto's unofficial podcast discussing hip hop, R&B, and the culture. New music reviews a big part of that as well. And as usual, I go by the name of Harris. Something about Dill dot podcast K dot schoolboy Q schoolboy D. Some
only
shit.
3-pointers.
Bang, Mike Green, Mark
from
Jackson.
The parking lots.
Some shit. 3-pointers only. And then I go
cheese. Y'all know me. Skirt Master, Mr. Triple Double himself, 0 assists. Stealing 70 mil from the TTC. Can't wait for that 2020 update, man.
2021, you mean?
Oh, 2021 update.
It's okay, it happens.
NBA champion. Y'all know
that. That worked.
That worked really well. You can call me Just Shola. And as usual, we are here giving you our views from the perspective of a couple of first-generation Canadians.
Wow.
That's all I know. Let's let the people know where they can find us, of course, on our socials at True North Views on Instagram, on Twitter, and on YouTube.
Sir.
On our YouTube, of course, full episodic experience, audio and visual. Maybe Dill is here and he just hasn't spoken yet. It could be anything, right? It could be anything. Check our YouTube to see what that is. You know what I'm saying? Do all that. I'll say that at the end. But on Instagram, what you'll find is... I'm not going to say 60-second sound bites anymore, but what I will say is sound bites in general from the respective episode for the week. Sometimes they're under a minute. Sometimes they're over a minute via Instagram TV. And it covers different topics that we talked about on the episode, so please participate in that discussion. Of course, on our Twitter, random liking, random retweeting, hashtag of the day, topic of the day, whatever it needs to be. Just know that anything you see from the at True North Views Twitter account happened while I was back home smoking legal. Meditation, you see, teaches you 2 very important things. It teaches you awareness. It teaches you acceptance. If you can get those things off, man, listen, you get the show started. You know what I'm saying?
Podcast dropping.
Podcast dropping. Some other Dill stuff, right? Some other Dill stuff.
Insert Dylan line here.
What I was gonna say was, we definitely just appreciate all that algorithmic stuff. Yes. Like, follow, rate, comment, subscribe, retweet, share, comments, whatever it gotta be. Click, play through, private browser, more plays, different browser, more plays. PS4, more plays. Xbox, more plays. Listen, however you got to listen to us, make it happen. We definitely appreciate that. What was I going to say, though?
Cousin's computer.
Yeah, all that shit. all that shit. I was going to say something. I don't remember what it is. Oh, yeah, Dill is not here.
Yes.
Dill's not here.
Now we can say he's not here.
He's not here. He used some PTO.
We're counting how many you've used.
Yeah.
HR, please remember that.
Count some PTO. I guess, for a man that was talking, slick. I guess he's the only one with a Valentine's stone. Allegedly, at least. I mean, we don't know.
We don't know, man.
We actually have no clue.
Exactly.
But no, shout out to Dill. As usual, shout out to Dill. Just couldn't be here today. But we're here to hold it down, OG style. Just the 2 of us.
Just the 2 of us.
And this is gonna be an interesting show.
Wrong choice of song. I was like, oh damn, I should not start the song.
Dope.
Well, yeah, I gotta commit.
Let's just hit it with a
Hit that rewind.
It's gonna be an interesting show though, because the notes are
different.
different.
It's just
the notes are different. It might feel a little bit more run and gun style today. You know what I'm saying?
Give and go.
A little bit more run and gun style.
High, what's it got?
High scoring offense.
Yeah.
High octane offense. Shotgun only.
Right.
7 seconds or less. 7 seconds or less offense.
Shout out to all the basketball reference.
Oh man, you know the vibes. Pre-potpourri, I don't really care about.
No, nothing really.
Yeah.
I guess we're opening up the cities. What we can just say.
Are we?
A province opening up little by little.
Does red mean open?
Yeah, to an extent. Better than what we are right now. We'll put it that way.
Shit.
But yeah, we still can't play ball in red. I think we can play ball in like the one right after red.
Are the gyms opening?
That I don't know. Again, it doesn't even matter for us because we're in like the extra restricted.
True.
We don't even get off stay at home orders till the 22nd.
Shit.
Whereas everyone else gets, I think, Monday or Tuesday, they get off. Except if you're in the Prince Edward County, which is
it's rough out here, man. But Trudeau, our prime minister said that the country's gonna have like 80 mil vaccines for 30 mil people.
Yeah, they're talking crap. They're talking mad shit about the vaccines. Let me just tell you that.
They're just running up the price in the stock market.
Everything is just, that's what it is. And at this point, whichever country is willing to pay the premium is getting it. That's why Canada's behind, because Canada doesn't want to pay the premium.
Is that facts?
Yeah.
Like
Right now, it's at a premium. If whoever's making the vaccine, because as they're making it, the countries are buying it right, left, and center.
True.
So they're selling at like Moderna is selling it like I don't know $20.
You saw New Zealand?
What, New Zealand?
Yo, New Zealand's free, bro. 0 cases. They're out partying in the open, barbecues.
I'm about to move there.
Prime minister or president or whoever
all got
was
vaccinated?
out there partying with everyone
They all got vaccinated?
because they listened.
Hey,
They listened.
I can't even say nothing about that.
That's all it really is. They listened. I mean, we're social distancing today, so
Shout out to Dylan.
shout out to Dill for not being here.
Let's go to hip hop potpourri.
Hip hop potpourri. Hey ho. Okay, yeah, music potpourri. Let's get the show started. Of course, music potpourri. We're gonna start it with some hip hop birthdays.
Hip hop.
And what these birthdays, I'm not surprised, but what it's making me, I guess, realize or remember, these artists are a lot older than you think, man.
Yo, I'm writing these. I'm just like, wow.
These artists are a lot older than you think, bro.
Like, yo, we come and gone.
And it's interesting how we confuse era with age. Because when you see Kelly Rowland celebrating the big 4-0, you say, okay,
makes sense.
she's been around. Destiny's Child. I'm a survivor. I'm gonna make what.
Whoop.
And then you see Gucci, who was around low-key, just as early low-key.
Yeah,
but
2000.
you have to think to yourself, Kelly Rowland came first.
Well, I think because the Destiny Child was a lot bigger than probably Gucci was.
And younger.
He's probably Atlanta and getting younger. With I was going to say something else, but you just think that younger.
Yeah.
And Gucci, let's just say, maybe he was buzzing in Atlanta back then. But,
So Gucci's 41.
Yes.
As of Feb 12th, Kelly Rowland's birthday was Feb 11th, I think, because it was on Feb 11th that they posted her birthday.
It gotta be Feb 11th.
Maybe.
Kind of.
Maybe. It could be like yesterday, tomorrow, this weekend, something like that.
You gotta put a date there.
True. And then Anderson .Paak, 35 years old,
And
as
that's-
of February 8th.
And that's someone who I would think is in the quote unquote new generation, but it's a little bit
Kinda.
older.
I would have thought he was like,
I thought he'd be a little bit younger. Like
No, I
maybe
would've thought he was
31.
34.
I thought he'd be like 31, 32 maybe. Like how old is Chris Brown?
Chris Brown is like 31. Drake is
that-
like 34.
Yeah, Drake's like 34. I thought he'd be like Chris
Cole
Brown's
is what,
age.
37?
Damn.
Kendrick is like 34, 33.
These guys are old, man.
Yo,
Holy.
getting up there.
Come and gone.
Hove is like 52.
He's like 40 something.
Something like that. I thought he was 50.
44.
I
He's
thought he
like
was...
he's young. He's like in his early 40s.
No.
Or late 40s.
Come on,
He's
stop.
not in the 50s yet.
Stop, bro. Stop. Jay...
How old is Jay-Z?
Let's see who gets it first. Siri or...
Oh, Jay-Z's 51 years old, but my volume's low.
Exactly. 51.
Damn, I thought he was 40.
Turns 52 this year. So look, I was right.
Cray.
We got no news, man.
I just took that in for things keep our league.
We got no news. There's really nothing going on, in my opinion.
There is, and
Nothing
we
don't want to force nothing.
Nothing for you guys.
We don't do that here. That's not True Northview's energy.
Keep it raw.
But we do have a bunch of keeper leaks and shout-outs and music.
And
So-
I like the music today. We have a very good album.
Yeah, I like that. I
wanna
like that.
review.
I like that.
A big headliner this year, this week. We brought back
It's true. It's true.
Keeper Leak.
Keeper leak. In that case, I put a bunch of foolishness on here. I don't know
saw
if you follow any of this or what, but you on Netflix, you Netflix.
Well,
Hashtag you
keep
Netflix.
me on Netflix. Damn straight, leak me on Netflix.
Like, how do you even explain that show to someone who keeps thinking it as me?
When you first put you, I was like, oh, maybe you don't want me to look at it, and then I don't know why I clicked it. I was like, oh, it's something that like serious.
So apparently, You is back for another season. Season 3, of course, everyone knows. Season 1 really caught steam, caught flames, I should say. Season 2, people were like, all right, man, this show's kind of stupid, man.
He kind of wilded out. Like, how many people gonna kill before they find out?
Yeah,
like,
come on, man. Like,
no one's even looking at you.
Come on, it's crazy.
So we'll see what they do with season 3.
And then, like, I think I remember seeing on Twitter, they were showing, like, You without the internal dialogue, and it was just a bunch of scenes, like...
Him staring? Yeah. Just a bunch of him staring blankly. Yo, I'm dead. Yeah, that's exactly how I picture it.
Without the internal talking. But apparently it says season 3 expecting a new baby.
Oh.
November 2021.
Oh, that's mad far, man.
So that's a question that I have. Is this too early?
You know what?
Is this a pump fake?
I'm not marketing, but I think it's too early.
I think it's too early.
I'm not marketing, so maybe there's something behind this.
Or is this a pump fake to see how excited people get? Yo, we heard you. We want to release it in March now.
Nah, that would never happen. You don't do that. You can't do that.
What you mean? We heard you. Y'all wanted it ASAP. We're going to give it to you.
Nah, they don't do that.
9 months early.
Oh,
because the baby.
Yo, if that happens, I give you that one. If that happens,
holy shit. Okay,
another keeper leak quickly on.
Go ahead. Wait, hold on. Quickly. What about you? I want to see that.
Leak.
Okay.
You know, as much as the show was wild, it was still entertaining.
It was.
I wouldn't lie. And entertainment is still
entertaining.
Keeper leak. I saw this a few days ago. Pepe de la Pele, whatever that show is.
Oh, El Casa de Papel.
The last season. I just thought like it's coming.
I need
soon.
that.
Yo, we need that.
I need that. What's it called again? Money Heist. I never remember what it's called. Shout out to Money Heist. I love that show. Clone High. Did you watch Clone High?
I never watched this cartoon. I never did. I've seen it. I remember seeing it like on my thing, Channel 5.
Yo,
I never actually watched
Clone High is a classic. I think that was like mid 2000s era, if I'm thinking about the right time. Cartoon, Clone High. Of course, they had clones of various people in history, various historical figures. I think JFK was in it. I think Abe Lincoln, Cleopatra, a few other people I'm just forgetting right now. Apparently, it's being rebooted. So HBO Max has given a 2-season order to the reboot of an adult animated series called Clone High. Now, I guess you didn't watch it, but just the concept of it. So bringing historical figures in, they might have a Barack in there.
Hey, they probably doing the new one.
They might have, you know what I'm saying? Like
Donald Trump in there.
They could get real crazy with that. I could get real Boondocks-ish if they really wanted to.
I don't know who creates
White Boondocks.
If they get like South Park creators to do this,
this could be White Boondocks.
It can get crazy. White Boondocks would be wild.
I'm for this though.
Yeah,
I want to see this.
Maybe I'll watch it if it gets rebooted. Now that it's a newer version, maybe
yeah,
I'll give it a shot. I have heard good things about it. It's just one of those shows I never got into.
One of those adult cartoon. The Canadians would know about Teletoon.
Teletoon
at night.
Teletoon at night.
That shit was on. That shit was on and popping.
Adult Swim.
That shit was on and popping. Okay.
Michael B.
Third shout out, Michael B. Ali. What could I be meaning? Well, let me tell you. Michael B. Jordan is partnering with Amazon to produce a Muhammad Ali series called The Greatest.
The world's great.
Muhammad Ali series called The Greatest. Now, when I first read this, I thought it said movie. And I'm like, I don't need this.
I was like, oh, yeah.
I don't need this. He already played Apollo Creed.
I actually don't want this at all.
I don't want this at all either. Because Will Smith, you can't top Will Smith's performance.
They've already done other movies about him, and then there's the Will Smith one.
Yeah.
And let's just end it with Will Smith for now. Let that die out for the 50 years, and then you can do a remake.
I want to see if it says anything else here.
It's probably just like their first early announcement.
According to a report from The Deadline, Jordan has a new deal in place with Amazon Studios for film and television, with their first centerpiece. Has a new deal in place with Amazon Studios for film and television. So this sounds like a multi-production deal,
yeah.
let's call it, with the first centerpiece project focused on one of the most famous athletes of all time. So Jordan, whose Outlier Society TV deal has been at Amazon Studios, has made a new deal that has exclusive overall pact for television and a first new film deal to produce and acquire elevated films that reflect Outlier's desire to showcase diverse filmmaking talent for Amazon's growing original movie slate. Okay, so they're using it. Great, got it. At the same time, hold on. At the same time, Jordan and Amazon Studios head Jennifer Salke tell Deadline that they will turn the life of Muhammad Ali into a limited series that Outlier will executive produce with Jay-Z's Rock Nation. Ali's estate is also involved.
Okay.
The series is being written by Josh Wakely.
In
that case, his estate is involved. I hope his family is part of his estate. I will say that.
You know what? That's a good way to put it, because instead of the person that owns his masters, it's like Rock Nation.
Now that I really think about that, let me really be careful with that. But I'm for it. I guess I'm for it. I guess.
Like, I prefer not to see it.
Yeah, I agree.
But if his family is involved, at least I know I can get. Again, we're hoping his family is involved. We can get the most accurate depiction of Muhammad Ali's life.
I would like to see something, or maybe a perspective that we haven't seen before.
Exactly. I don't want to just see the same thing
story.
Over. Like, we all know.
We know the story.
I can read Wikipedia if I really want to see it.
You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know.
And there's books out there about him. Like, trust me.
I have 2 of them. I still haven't read them.
Right? Because you know his story. That's what's like, yo, he was born on this day at this time in this hospital.
I think I read like a quarter of one of them. It's like 800 pages.
And you're probably like, I already know all of this.
And then the other one is Blood Brothers with him and Malcolm X.
Jeez.
I haven't read that one.
I gotta watch that movie, One Night in Miami.
Oh, yeah, I do. I do too.
I'm gonna watch this weekend. Who knows?
I do too, for sure. I was gonna watch Coming to America, but I pressed play, and then like I had to press pause because I had to do something.
And you never pressed
I just
play
never pressed play again. I just can't sit and watch a movie. Like I don't.
It's hard. It takes me like 3 sittings to watch a movie because I fall asleep every time, and I know I'm gonna fall asleep. I start a movie knowing I'm gonna fall asleep, so I give myself enough time.
You know, you get 45 minutes out of it.
Wake up, rewind it if I want to, or maybe come back tomorrow and continue like a part 2.
Exactly.
I can't sit down and watch a movie like stay awake. Hell, that shit's boring.
That's a fact. But that is definitely a leak for me. Or not definitely, but it's a hesitant leak for me. It might go be Ali. Exactly. Final keeper leak. Do you want to hear this? In 2021, Lil Wayne and Juelz Santana are working on a new joint album. Keep or leak?
The way you put it, now they said, do I want to hear in 2021? To be honest, no.
Interesting.
Like, don't get me wrong, they're still good. Like, I know they don't lose them, but like, there was just something about being in that era, that time. That,
it's
like,
true.
When that music was prominent. Like, Lil Wayne's not as prominent as he was. Joel's not as prominent as he was when they should have done it. Although they were beefing, that's why they didn't do it.
What I will say for myself, so I think for me, this would have surprisingly been a keep until Lil Wayne has shown the last 7 months.
Oh, that he's
like alien mixtape Wheezy mode.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Because even though I don't feel Juelz sounds like 04 Juelz.
Definitely not.
Or 08 Juelz or 12 Juelz. I don't feel like he sounds like that anymore.
He's not. Definitely doesn't.
There's something to be said about, especially if you're collabing with an artist on a collab tape. Mm-hmm. They got to...
Yeah, you got to elevate.
This turns into that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm not mad at that. I think I'm curious to hear that. I'm curious to hear if it'll sound the way I hope it would sound.
That's it. I don't think it will sound the way everyone thinks it would sound. Because everyone's going to go back to like an 04. Like,
I don't think you
like an 08 Joel's with a 06 Wheezy. That's what I think everyone wants it to sound like. Maybe it's probably going to sound like Funeral Wheezy. With like,
speaking of 06, 06 Wade or 2011 MVP Derrick Rose?
Wade.
Was it 11? It was 11.
It was 11. Was it 11 or 13? 11, not 13. Yeah,
I thought two is D Wade, no doubt. And then I was like, but that's MVP Rose though, cocking it back, touching his back, and yamming on your throat, bro.
But like,
pause.
Wade carried his team.
It's true.
Like Wade carried that team. Like
it's true.
There's something to say about when a shooting guard carries your team, like Michael Jordan.
But that's Derrick Rose.
Honestly, if you won a championship, I would give it to Derrick Rose. If he won a championship, I think he had a better team than Wade did. and he didn't win a championship. Although
Andres
although
Nocioni.
Miami was Wade won it with him.
Ben
No, Shaq
Jordan.
wasn't, though.
Ben Gordon still.
Ben Jordan.
Yo, that guy was so wet. I used to call him Ben Jordan.
Oh my God. 06 Wade.
Kirk Heinrich and him. Joakim Noah. Carlos
that was
Boozer.
prime Joakim Noah too.
Well,
When
they had
Joakim
Boozer?
Noah-
That team had Boozer?
They had Boozer, yes. That's when the team had. They had players. They went to conference finals. They lost
Yeah,
to
they
Miami.
had some players.
I think they lost to Miami in the conference finals that year. 11. No,
They had
11.
they had the second pick. What was his name again?
Dunleavy? No,
Nah, the black guy. They had Dunleavy, I think, as well.
At one point they did.
They had
Second.
Tyrus Thomas.
Oh, yo, that guy was so shit, man. That guy was.
Yo,
dude.
Tyrus. I remember playing Yahoo Fantasy in them times, yo.
He was early though. If he came out like a little bit later, he would have been because
in this era. He'd thrive in this era.
He was a stretch forward. No one knew how to use stretch forwards that time.
Holy
And
shit,
then he
man.
was too old by the time stretch forward started becoming a thing.
It's true. No, it's true.
But Weezy Juelz for me, it's a keep, to be honest.
I'm gonna say leak. I'm curious, although I wouldn't run to it in excitement. I'd just be like, okay, cool, came out.
Yeah.
I'm down. I wouldn't be like, yo, it finally came out. Oh,
Oh shit! Stop what you're doing. Hold the presses.
God. It's my Paul Heyman impression. We got some shout outs.
Shout outs.
Got some motherfucking shout outs. First shout out is in order to Joe Issa Rae.
That's her full name?
I believe so.
Oh shit! I literally just thought it was Issa. That's Issa Rae though.
Hold on, let me look that up. Let me fact check that.
Oh, you said that so confidently.
Yeah, Joe Issa Rae Diop.
Oh shit! Shout out to Issa Rae.
We got Joe Issa Rae.
What she do?
She got some shit. I don't remember what it was. Hold on, let me see what this tweet says.
It's probably just more awards because she awesome.
So HBO Max.
Of course.
If it's not Amazon, it's HBO Max who got the money, right?
It's HBO Max and Amazon like in the streaming war for some reason. Netflix not even in the streaming war because Netflix
They can't keep up. They don't got money.
But 'cause they already have like they already spent all.
They don't got money. Yeah, they don't got no money. Like HBO Max has the money.
And Amazon has the money not from Amazon Prime but from
Where's,
Amazon in general.
No, never mind. Disney plays a different game.
Yeah, Disney's just using.
They just stream them
nostalgia.
all. Hey, No, I'm talking about Disney, the brand. I'm talking about Disney as it relates to Hulu, ESPN,
yeah.
and like, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, HBO Max has doled out an 8-episode order to a new series from Issa Rae that's tentatively titled Rap Shit. Issa Rae then responded to that saying, because that was from the Hollywood Reporter on Twitter, and then Issa Rae responded to that saying, I wrote a new show for HBO Max. One of my favorite writers, the hilarious Rita Fajita. Who's Rita Fajita? Anyways, is show running, and my favorite group, City Girls, are co-EPs. Oh, shit. Miami, here we come. # rap shit. That's a good look.
I like it.
That's a good look. I like that. I'm here for that. Shout out to Issa Rae for that.
I've heard of that Rita Fajita before. I don't know where, but I know I've heard of it. Her. That's all I can say.
True.
Don't ask me where. Don't ask me when. But shout out. That's a good look though.
That's a great look. She just keeps getting deals, establishing herself as a and I don't mean this in an elitist type of way, but as an elite in one of the in this industry. So shout out to Issa Rae, man.
She's a prominent figure. That's what it's going to be.
Definitely.
Not, regardless of whatever, she's a prominent figure in the in the film and TV industry.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yes, sir. Which rappers got inducted this time?
The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame has announced its nominees for the newest class of inductees on Wednesday morning. That would have been, Feb 9th, something like that. 16 artists and groups ranging from the reigning monarch of the Billionaires Boys Club, Jay-Z, to the pioneering woman of the new wave group, the Go-Go's.
I thought Jay-Z's
to the
been in
queen
there.
of rock and roll herself, Tina Turner.
I thought Jay-Z's been in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
No.
Damn, this man been in so many Hall of Fames. He can lose count.
So the 2021 nominees. Well, let me actually just.
I can read the list. It's pretty.
There's quite some names on here that I'm not mad at.
I'm not.
Go ahead if you want.
Mary J. Blige, Kate Bush, Devo. I hope that's Devo. It could be Devil. I'm not sure. Foo Fighters, The Go-Go's, Iron Maiden, Jay-Z, Shaka Khan, Carole King, Fela Kuti, shout to Nigeria, Ella Cool J, New York Dolls, Rage Against the Machines, Todd Rundgren, Tina Turner, and Dionne Warwick. I will honestly say I know over 50% of these people. Now,
Yeah.
have I heard their music? No, but I've heard their names.
You don't fuck with Foo Fighters?
Like, I've never really heard their music.
Oh,
like,
come on, they got some fire
if
music.
someone wants to put it on right now, I'm like, yo, that's the Foo Fighters. But like, if I hear it, I'm like, oh, I know it's not bad music.
I'm not mad at these, man. Shout out to
all.
Mary J, Shaka Khan, LL,
Jay-Z,
Dionne Warwick,
Fela
Tina
Kuti.
Turner. I love it.
Rage Against the Machines. I actually know them.
LL
actually
Cool
know.
J, if I didn't mention him already. That's dope.
It's a solid list. I'm not
That's a good look.
disappointed at all.
Let's
Shout out
give
to
them a
all of
round of applause. Third shout out
Damn, I didn't even see this. You put this in.
is in order to Charlamagne the God. I saw him post this on his IG,
Charlamagne.
and then just did a quick Charlamagne. I saw him post this on his IG, did a quick Google search, and ended up finding this. Charlamagne the God launches the MWA Foundation for Black mental health and generational support to Black communities. So Charlamagne the God has announced again, if you're wondering what MWA stands for, it's the Mental Wealth Alliance launch. His forward-thinking foundation to destigmatize, speed up, and center state-of-the-art mental health outreach treatment across the United States, while establishing an unparalleled long-term generational support structure for Black communities. I'll read kind of a quote from him, and then we'll move on. My founding of the Mental Wealth Alliance is the manifestation of a deeply personal vision, says Charlamagne. I believe improving Black mental health is a core tenet of restoring souls, igniting wealth, and inspiring upliftment for Black America. And I'll just read this final part. Over 5 years, the revolutionary initiative will raise $100 million and partner with Black-led organizations and experts to enable the 3 core pillars of the life-changing effects of MWA, which is to train, to teach, and to treat. So shout out to Charlamagne for that. You know, he's been advocating for mental health for a long time. Obviously, you know, there's a lot of jokes about that. Whatever, it's just social media being social media. And I mean, you gotta tip your hat to him to just not being impacted by that, because some people might be impacted by jokes. He continues with the initiative. He stays true to his word. So shout out to Charlamagne for that. Let's give that a round of applause.
And I want to be said, there has to be something about naming it mental wealth and not mental health. It could be part of the stigma of the name. Just, you know, when you hear something, you can change your idea of it. So naming it mental wealth, I think, is a good idea.
Yeah, I like
Rather
that.
than
It makes you kind of think it more critically and expand your mind on it.
Exactly, more of an umbrella term rather than you thinking, oh, mental health, he's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like mental wealth could just be your way of thinking. You don't need to be like.
It could be like getting your mental to a certain point to create wealth.
Exactly.
Or it could be getting your mental to a point where wealth is not only determined by money.
Exactly.
Or it could be, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and that's the whole point of wealth. Wealth is supposed to be money included, but not just money. So
wealth is not just richness.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We'll just, I don't know. I know what you're saying, and everyone else knows what we're saying. So
it's facts.
I don't need to explain it any further.
No, it's facts. No, shout out to Charlamagne for that. Again, shout out to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame recipients.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Joe, Issa, Ray, Giop as well.
Bless up.
New music time?
No music.
Ooh, record breaking time. Let's get into some new music. I'm not going to go in a particular order, but I will say, as usual, shout out to the God, Alex, Need to Know Podcast. You know the vibes. Definitely doing the Lord's work, man. Doing the Lord's work
really is,
with these music releases.
Some people be flopping.
I'm just saying.
And I'm trying to drop 3 names.
That initiative been on the decline.
Yo, don't pick up a job you can't handle.
That shit. That shit been on the decline, bro. That shit been on the decline, low key.
And I seen you guys getting us anyway. You know, I'm not gonna talk. I seen a Twitter thread with some people from in some one group to another group.
Russia?
One group is crap.
Russia?
Yeah. Well, it wasn't like long. It was like 5 people, like 5. Like,
oh shit!
But,
like, shit!
That's why we left this group.
Ooh, say word! I didn't see that.
I think they might have name dropped, but you know.
Oh
I'm not here to
shit!
name drop, but I saw that and I was like, I'm not part of these, and
damn,
it was just funny to see. Just like wow, there was a few like a week ago or something.
That's jokes. Well, good thing we got at Ball Till We Fall on Twitter. Alex, Need to Know podcast. You already know the vibes.
Technically, Joe Budden podcast too.
Yep, absolutely.
Behind the scenes, but
absolutely. So yeah, let's get into what came out. So first up, we got Rowdy Rebel featuring Nav. That one's called Jesse Owens. That's a single, of course. We have 7 Streeter featuring Chris Brown and ASAP Ferg with Guilty. Jim Jones and Harry Fraud with Laps Around the Sun.
The music had a Harry Fraud.
Kelly Rowland, Black Magic. Maybe she came out with that for her birthday. Eric Bellinger and Hitmaker came out with 1-800-HIT.
Easy. I know.
And that's an album. I think there's like 15, 20 records on that. I didn't get a chance to hear that one yet, but definitely go check that one out. We have YSL, which is Young Thug, Meek Mill, T Shyne. That one's called That Go. I'm tripping. I don't know why I said which is. YSL featuring Young Thug, Meek Mill, T Shyne. That one's called That Go. Again, that's a single. We have the Judas and the Black Messiah soundtrack. A bunch of artists on that. Go ahead.
Wrong. Now, just to clarify everyone, it's actually not the soundtrack.
Okay.
It's the accompanying album, or it's called like the
Inspired by
the
or some
Inspired,
shit.
yes. So don't expect to hear these songs in the movie.
Okay.
It's inspired by it's a track list inspired by the movie, something like that.
What I want to know, and obviously neither of us know the answer to this, but just to get your thought, will this be eligible for best score at the Oscars?
That's the thing. I don't.
You know what I'm saying? Obviously, none of us know, but that's what I want to know because.
But I don't think this is considered a score because there's when I went out, I was looking at like the movie and there's actually another like
an actual
soundtrack for the score, which I was like, we don't. Like, it wasn't about rappers. It was about.
Interesting.
It was more like not musicians, like orchestras and all that stuff. And then I saw this album, which was like the Black Messiah inspired, an album inspired by the movie or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm
go
in expecting.
Yeah, I'm curious. I'm curious to see how that plays out over time. Like, I wonder if we'll get into the album later.
Exactly.
We'll get into the album later because I actually have a really intriguing thought on that one. We have a little Tjay featuring 6LACK with "Calling My Phone." Erica Banks featuring Travis Scott with the Bust It remix. Speaking of value of a feature of the big three, Erica Banks got Travis Scott on there.
That's huge.
The value of the feature. Lucky Daye.
The value of a feature.
Came out with Table for Two. That's an EP. We'll talk about that one. Tenny featuring Davido with For You. Currency came out with a Collection Agency. You guessed it, another album. Maya came out with Forever My Love. That's a single. You know Maya's married to herself?
You know what? Power to you.
For 7 years now.
Power
I'm like,
to
what
you.
happened to all those other years? Anyways, man.
Power to you. That's why you know what? When some people just gotta say power to you. I'm happy you're happy, and that's about it.
Holy fuck. Gallant came out with the Relapse. Sid came out with Missing Out. Rita Ora featuring Gunna. David Guetta and Imanbek came out with Big. Doughboy featuring Lil Uzi Vert with Low Key. Heady One, the Edna Deluxe. That's crazy.
I gotta go listen to this album.
That's crazy.
I heard one track from this album and I was like, yo, it's fire.
I have to listen to that. I listened to it once and then like I don't know why I didn't catch up on it.
It was the time it came. I think it came out around Christmas time.
Yeah,
and that's one of the worst times to come out with the album because you just get busy with other stuff.
And you're out of that mood.
New music is not like really your.
You're wrapping up your year-end stuff. Like,
exactly.
Who do I have top one?
I'm not trying to
new
listen
album?
to some new music. Exactly.
It's ruining my vibe. We got Phife Dawg featuring Busta Rhymes with Redman. That was called Nutshell Part 2. Rest in peace, Phife Dawg, of course. JPEG Mafia with EP2. It's an EP, if you didn't know. Guapdad 4000 featuring Ill Mind. That one's called How Many. I always want to say Guapdad 400. I don't know why. Like, I don't know why I said 4,000. 400
just feels like it rolls off.
Like Guapdad 400.
YG 400.
Guapdad 4000. Luke Kell came out with I Wish. Nasty C featuring Ari Lennox. That one's called Black and White. Robin Thicke came out with On Earth and In Heaven. Tokyo Jets featuring Tusi with WYTD. Rallo Conspiracy Deluxe. A few names on that. Lil Baby, Kevin Gates, Birdman. Again, that's a project, deluxe version. We have Lucky featuring Lil Yachty. That one's called Greed.
It's a lot of music.
There's a lot still. I'm trying to see if there's anything else.
I want to say one Slow Tie came out with an album called Tyron. I haven't bumped it yet, but I will bump it and probably review it next week. He had like one of those better albums of like 2019.
Yeah.
I know Skepta was on one of his songs, so I heard that song. It was pretty fire.
Your boy Smoke Perp came out with Psycho. That's an EP.
I was going to talk about that, but I also don't want to talk about that. Because I only have one comment to say.
Fair enough.
YBN.
And your guy, YBN Almighty J.
Almighty L.
Came out with Battling My Spirit. So, I mean, a few records out. Music seems to be picking up a little bit. We seem to be... Oh, my, he crunched that. Holy. Run that replay. That was smooth, yo.
He's got to stop what he was doing.
That was smooth, yo. We need
to
stop. We need to stop in the play to see that replay, please. That was smooth.
Next stop in the play, though.
Holy. But yeah, it looks to me like music's picking up a little bit.
It is. I think because Drake scared everyone back.
Yeah. I think we see, especially, forget the big names for now. We're seeing a lot of the medium name players come in this game.
Yeah, the B-listers,
a lot of the medium names, which is like a lot of the potential names, underground, why aren't they bigger type of names, or like big and they're technically on their way down type big, like ASAP Rocky, for example. Or like, you know what I'm saying? Like the medium players are in the game.
Not the A-listers.
You know what I'm saying?
Not the Coles and the Kendricks.
Facts. Sid came out with Missing Out.
Sid, that's is she?
I don't know technically.
Is that the one from
the internet? What do you call that shit again? They're called the internet, right?
Okay, yeah, she's a girl.
Is that what they're called?
Yes. And then and they're from Wolfgang, well, not Wolfgang Puck, but you know, Tyler the Creator. Odd Future, there we go. Because it's like Odd Future.
Yeah, you know Sid, right? Sid makes that like soft, like not whisper music, but that softer vocal.
Because last week I was confusing her with the other Sid.
Take this in. Was this it? Or are they gonna run? No. Watch this.
Oh, it's right here.
Just on the wing, just come smooth.
Ooh, this guy just elevated. Levitated.
Yo, the game is smooth with it. Holy.
This guy just levitated.
Oh, smooth. No, Sid came out with Missing Out. Honestly, I mean, it's exactly what I would expect from Sid. That's a good thing, right? Softer voice, underwater type beats. I'm in. We know it, like that internet type of the internet type of sound. It's kind of along that same vein. So I'm curious to see what Sid gets up to next.
That was a single?
That was a single.
Okay.
That was a single. So I'm curious, is an EP gonna follow shortly? Is this just to kind of test the waters a bit? I'm curious what direction Sid goes in with this. So salute to Sid on that one. I like that. I played that a few times. Did you bump that Lil Tjay record?
I did. I like Lil Tjay.
Lil Tjay featuring Black, Calling My Phone. It's a good record.
It is, honestly. Lil Tjay has a lot of talent.
Yeah.
But he can fuck it up really easily if he's not careful. Just with the way he fucks around.
The only mishap from Lil Tjay's perspective, you can't give me this underwater type beat and put Black on it and not think that Black is about to smoke you.
Oh, but Black's gonna smoke you, yeah.
Are you kidding me?
You gotta make Black rap if you want him to not smoke you.
Are you kidding me?
It don't rain no more. You done put me through some things that done changed my aura. Now all around the world I explore no door.
That's a real good record. Just see if I can find Black's part.
Used to catch flights, but now I'm not playing. Play on words, she love it when a nigga say, I ain't tryna play your game.
LVRN is definitely taking that down. Whoops. My bad. Oh no, that's a real good record. I think that was the first new record I bumped this week.
Singles first.
And yeah, man, I'm done with that waiting for albums, man. I'm done with that shit, man.
For 3 years.
Done, bro. Like, you know what shit I missed out on waiting for an album?
Yes.
I probably would never hear this record until 9 months from now.
Yes.
Yo, that record Calling My Phone. Yo, I can't believe Black is here at the end of the year.
And everyone's like,
meanwhile, like,
everyone's like, yo, that song's been out.
What are we talking about? Honestly, what are we talking about? So I'm done with albums.
I'm done waiting for albums.
No, real shit. I'm done waiting for albums, man. I really am. But I like this one a lot. I played it, I want to say 7, 8, 9 times.
Okay.
I'm trying to press like on songs more.
What I do is I move it to a playlist. That way I can always come back to it. Especially when I listen to an album and I think I like a song immediately, I move it to a playlist. And then that way it's just a concise way where I could just what I like, and then if I don't like it after a while, I'm like, you know what?
Just random 2021 playlist or something.
I always change every season. So right now I'm in winter, and I go based on outside because most of my music is when I'm driving. So when it starts to warm up, when the snow starts to melt, my spring playlist will come in, and then it's just whatever's bumping at that time. And then when it starts to get hot, the summer comes in.
I just my goal is just to have a better Spotify wrap up.
But then the only bad part is like now my Spotify, I can tell you what's going to be just because this is the same shit over and over and over. Like I could have told you my Spotify what was going to be last year.
But at least you knew it was like okay, at least a top 40. At least your version of a top 40, not just track 2, 3, and 4 from album 1, 2, 3, and 4 from album 2, and then track 5 and 6 from album 1, track 5 and 6 from album 2. Like
you still want to be your favorite track.
Yeah,
from
like
albums,
come on, man.
Yeah,
I need a little bit more flow.
That is true.
You listen to that Rowdy Rebel?
Yes.
I didn't get a chance. I wanted to though.
I like Rowdy Rebel, man. He has a vibe. He's like he has a vibe, and
he didn't slow down. I mean, he came back swinging.
He made Nav even sound like good on this track. Like I was like, damn, man. Maybe it was a production, but Nav sounded good too. So and Nav gets these places.
But again, Nav does good shit. Nav does a lot of good things. Like
he's getting better. I'll put it that way. He's getting better. He does do.
Because I feel like Nav would be the equivalent of like a mixtape rapper. Like I almost want to say Currency from a perspective of like he just comes out with so much where you're like I could do without it.
Yeah.
But we can't forget is Currency. Now obviously Nav has not reached what Currency has reached because we definitely have to respect Currency. But I feel like Nav is like he maybe does more mediocre than good, but you can't take away from the good.
Oh yeah, and again, yes, I agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
He does do. I think he knows how to make a hit song. He knows what to do to make a song a hit, but he's just not. Like
it's formulaic for him.
He's just not good at it, but he knows the formula. He's like, if I do this, if I sing it this way, if I do my chorus this way, it will be catchy. But I'm just not good at making it catchier.
I get that.
Imagine he had Don Toliver's talent. Oh my God, Nav would be everywhere.
Like Nav would probably be the perfect manager. You're saying?
Yeah, it's like
because he knows everything, and this is how we do it.
Look how he made an industry.
Put this, put that, and then go perform it.
Yeah, the guy made
make
an
your
industry.
Image like this. Okay,
I promise you, if he didn't know how to make songs, Nav would not be
where
he is.
It's facts.
Nav is not that. Like, again, he does more.
He does a lot of production though. Correct me if I'm wrong.
He does. He produced back to back. Everyone forget. That was like one of his biggest. That was his first big like back to back. This song Drake made for Meek Mill was produced by Nav. A lot of people don't. He made the beat, as well as Drake was looking for a beat, and someone called him. Someone was like, "Drake heard your beat and he likes it. Do you want to produce a song?" And he was like, "Yo." And
say less.
He made Cash from EXO that way. Joined the EXO gang.
Yellow tape type beat.
Now he's making songs with Gunna and Young Thug.
Yellow tape type beat. Speaking of Meek Millie.
Oh, this song was fire. Did you hear this song?
I didn't yet, man. Come on.
I like
certain records I got to.
Young Thug is just like one of my favorites, and I think he smoked. I think Young Thug smokes everything he's on. Meek Mill fitting well in Shyne T. Is it Shyne T or T Shine? Put Shyne T. I think it's T Shine. Well, either way,
I don't know. I think it is T Shine.
He bodied it too, and I can't wait for this YSL record to drop because this is the second single off this YSL Young Slime Language, if I'm not mistaken. 2. Because the first one was Bad Boy with Juice WRLD. This is the second single off, if I'm not mistaken. So I want that one to drop.
But YSL says Young Stoner Life.
Oh, Young Stoner. I see Young Slime Language. Yes, Young Stoner Life. It's like his record label. Remember?
Yeah. Let's play a little bit of that one.
Pussy was perfect. Fucking it back in the back with the curse.
I'm happy that Meek Mill came out with this. Yeah. I don't need to hear the rest of it. Because Meek Mill he started the. Listen, he had 4 points in the first quarter. That's all I'm saying.
I fully agree with
Ended the game with 31.
Yes.
Okay, let's play a little bit of this.
That's that T-Shine. It's on the body. It's not like he's
gotta just, random in and outs.
In the foreign machine. Whoa! This that go shit.
Okay, that's one of those type. Okay,
yeah.
That goes.
It's a head nodder,
That go.
It's a bumper.
That go. No, that go. That go.
Doughboy, Lil Uzi Vert, Low Key. It's just one of those. It's a vibe song. I want to say I've heard Doughboy before, but I feel like that name's so common. I feel like I've heard a different Doughboy, but it was just a vibe song. And Lil Uzi, again, one of those guys that barely misses. He's batting like 800, so. Shout out to Lil Uzi in that song.
Are we getting like rapping Uzi or Lil Uzi Vert versus the World Uzi?
Lil Uzi Vert versus the World.
Okay.
And which is my favorite Lil Uzi Vert.
I'm not mad at that. At all. Let's talk about a project though. Lucky Daye.
Yes, Lucky Daye.
Table for Two. This one is 7 songs, 22 minutes, so it's an EP. Ego Trip is the intro, and it starts like this.
Welcome
And whenever an album starts by, or whenever, oh come on, is that the same guy flying?
He got up there.
Whenever a project starts with saying "Welcome to the experience," I think I'm gonna like it. That's a little bit of a cheat code for me. That tells me that they put some intention behind it.
Because now it's like a story. Like you're not just putting random tracks.
Now I'm a little bit more invested.
Exactly. Like I want to hear more to this than just songs.
What's really interesting about this Lucky Daye project is that he may have plagiarized some shit.
Oh, how?
He may have plagiarized some shit. There's an artist by the name of Blake Warrior, I believe. I may be getting the name wrong, but basically the concept, table for two. I thought he was gonna cram it too. Like all these guys are just cramming. What the fuck? All these little 18-year-olds are just cramming, bro.
He probably could have too if he was
probably
if he knew how to.
So yeah, table for two. There was some album artwork with like this artist by the name of. Let me just take a look at this again. My bad. Blake Warrior, table for two. Anyways, just to make a long story short, this was already done before. In terms of the album artwork, the back of the album, Lucky Daye's looks very eerily similar. Now you might say to yourself, well, c'est la vie. It's table for two, right? Like, so it go. You know what I'm saying? But in addition to that, there's also a record on the original whatever thing.
Yeah.
And again, I'm missing the name, so I'm not doing that intentionally. Versus one of the records that's on the Lucky Daye project. Ooh. Right? So I'm going to play the record. You're going to hear it in this video. The record that's on the original project in question versus the record that's on Lucky Daye's project. Let's play that. Let's see when it's going to come. This one's called On Road. Wait, never mind. This one's called Lenny Kravitz.
Yeah, I like Lenny Kravitz.
And the artist's name is Blake Warrior. So he has this record on his project called Dinner for Two or Table for Two.
Young rock star.
And then Lucky Daye has this respective record called On Road featuring Tiana Major on his project called Table for Two.
Similar, you know? I'm not saying he's copying. I'm just saying it sounds similar.
It's the same beat. It's just sped up.
Okay, I was not trying to say that, but
listen, man, that's some crazy shit. If he copied it, man, that's kind of sucks. But I enjoyed this project. I will say that I enjoyed this project despite whatever may be going on. I'm not in the world that deep to know, right? But maybe I should listen to that Blake Warrior project because if it's gonna set, if Lucky Daye copied Blake Warrior, then Blake Warrior must be a good project too.
Is Blake Warrior making a fuss about this? Or is this one of those things like what happened? So it turns out people buy music in the music industry. Like a song that doesn't blow up, another artist like I want to buy the whole song from you and then remix it and come out. Like Lemonade, it's the Don Toliver song. So it was a song by a rapper named Jazzy like 2-3 years ago. Didn't blow up. Mm-hmm. They remixed it, gave it to Don Toliver, and it blew up.
Yeah, I mean we see original versions all the time, right? I mean you even take that record with Jay-Z and Beyonce and being the Migos record. Mm-hmm. Like it happens all the time. You take the Quentin record, what's the name? Quentin Miller record with I don't remember which record it was, but
I'm gonna say if the guy's not making a big deal of it, maybe.
Well, there's somebody tweeted, right? I don't know who this person is. Their name is Jordan Lattimore. The @ name is produced by Lattimore. Okay. I'm wondering maybe the EP, maybe one of the producers, whatever. And he tweeted, "It's not the name ... then all caps. It's the concept."
Yeah, I get it.
And then you know what I'm saying. So I don't know if the artist is complaining, if this is a buy later situation. I don't know.
And that's what I'm saying before I started jumping onto, oh my God, he copied sometimes. Yo, music industry works in ways we have no idea of.
But listen, at the end of the day,
if it sounds fire,
this Lucky Daye project is out, and I'm gonna talk about it. There's a solid list of features on this.
I forgot we're talking about the project.
There's a feature on every single record, which I like. Again, 7 records. So you have Yebba on the first record, Tiana Major on the second record, Mahalia on the third record, Ari Lennox on the fourth record, Queen Naija on the 5th record. Maybe I'm counting that wrong. Yeah, sorry. I'm starting at 2 and going down to 7 because there's an intro. So let me try that again. Yebba on the 2nd record.
Yebba.
Tiana Major on the 3rd record. Mahalia on the 4th record. Ari Lennox on the 5th. Queen Naija on the 6th. And Joyce Rice on the 7th. Track 2 I like a lot. That one's How Much Can a Heart Take featuring Yebba, as I mentioned. For some reason, it gives me Alicia Keys' You Don't Know My Name vibes. I don't know why I'm getting that.
Get the little baby. He clap.
Well, it was fun life.
For some reason, that pace is giving me Alicia Keys' You Don't Know My Name vibes. I don't know why, but that specific section right there specifically. Track number 4, My Window. I really like Mahalia. Like, it's not a joke how much I really like Mahalia. Probably one of my favorite newer artists in this R&B space. And again, no surprise, my favorite type of R&B. She's that softer voice type of R&B.
Is it water underwater?
A little bit. A little bit. Like, she just sounds really good on this record. And then I really appreciate at the end of the record, it almost sounds like they did a bit of a I Can't Stand the Rain by Missy Elliott, whether that's a sample or whether that was some kind of interpretation of it. Let me play
They
it.
copied it.
See if I can find that. Yeah.
Dark cold, don't wanna go outside. Oh boy, you look at my. What do I see? What do I see?
Just adds another layer to the record, makes it kind of a more of a repeatable record as opposed to, oh, it sounds good and next. You know what I'm saying? So I like that one. Track 6 I like a lot as well. That one's Dream featuring Queen Naija. Vocally, I really enjoyed that one. That one's a little bit more of an up-tempo type of record. Let's play a little bit of that. Well, relatively, at least.
That you giving me. No, I don't wanna wake up. Cause I don't want your love to leave.
So good little duet vibes on there on a slightly more up-tempo record. And then track 7, Falling in Love, I like a lot. That one's featuring Joyce Rice. So I like a lot of these records. I think it's just real solid. That's the best way for me to put it.
Sometimes
solid EP, solid R&B, solid features, solid playback, solid replay value, Lucky Day, Table for Two, EP, tight 7 songs, 22 minutes. Definitely something that you can listen to multiple times and still get enjoyment out of it. So check that one out. I'm gonna give it a 7.5 out of 10.
That's good.
Again, just straight solid down the board. So we'll listen to that one. Again, that one is Lucky Day, Table for Two, the EP.
Okay. Pink Sweats.
Yes.
Did you listen? I saw you listen to this one.
Yeah. I gave it one playthrough.
Yeah, I was going to listen. It was between this or Lucky Day. And I saw you already started Lucky Day notes. So I was like, okay, I don't want to listen to Lucky Day. I would listen to Pink Sweats. Because I've heard a lot about him. And I've wanted to listen to him.
Yeah. Where have you heard of him from?
I know people that went to his concert when he was in Toronto. So he sold out Rebel.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, Rebel, the one downtown, not the one downtown, the one where Black was. Is that Rebel?
Yeah. That's Rebel.
Yeah, he sold that out. And I was surprised. I've never heard of this guy.
And that kind of tells you all you need to know from that perspective, right?
Yeah. So I was like, okay. I've seen his name a few times. Again, never clicked it. Now it's a project. Let me give him a shot now. I didn't see how many songs were on it.
I didn't check either, but it was a longer one. It was like 17 or 15 or something like that. Let's see here. Pink Sweats, Pink City is the name. Sorry, Pink Planet is the name of it. 18 songs, 48 minutes.
1848.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not bad music by any means.
Yeah.
But I don't think he had anything special. I don't listen to R&B, but I thought it was just bland. Like when I listen to singers, like I expect especially R&B
a little bit more.
No, I expect the hit notes, but don't give me like the basic level of singing. Cause I feel like anyone could do a basic level of singing. It's like rapping. Don't give me the basic. yeah, I do here and I go there because I can do this. Everyone could do that, you know. There's no talent
man,
in that.
I'm dead.
That's how I feel about him. I don't know. You heard it. You tell me.
Yeah,
how
I
you
mean,
felt. How you felt.
I like some of the notes that you put. I mean, the vocals are there. The talent is there.
Again, he has vocals. He has talent. He has something.
When I know, again, I've never listened to Pink Sweats either, so this was a first time listen for me. I have heard the name before. I have seen, for lack of a better word, the hipster community get behind Pink Sweats.
Exactly.
Right? So that kind of tells you all you need to know in terms of, oh, okay, this might be a quality artist, one of those artists that are about to blow up, whatever, right?
Yep.
I listened to it, Pink Planet. I'm looking at the visuals. I'm listening to it. And the first few records, I'm like, whoa, this guy could be real serious. It does sound like a little bit more traditional R&B.
Okay.
In that it's just, more straight R&B as opposed to like more of the hip hop R&B that we get in today's culture. So I say from that perspective, the first 3, 4, 5, 6 records, I almost said to myself, he's trying to catch his respective Frank Blonde.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because I'm not going to give him Frank Channel Orange, relax. But he's trying to catch his Frank Blonde, and it's not comparing the projects at all or the sound at all. Just visual, the way things are laid out, presented. It almost feels big budget in some way.
It has to be.
Very intentional. It feels intentional.
Let me see who he's
I don't know who he's signed to or nothing, but...
There we go.
Say less. Say less. So you can tell they want this one to take off.
Yes.
But after midway through, it lost me.
It all sounded the same. I won't.
Because it ran out of steam. Like, it started hot. It started the first half. It had 18 and a half. And ended the game with 26. You're like, okay, 26. But no, I lied. 22. You're right, 22. He scored... Let me adjust that. He scored 15 in the first half. No, he scored 16 in the first half. Ended the game with 22.
Yeah, fair enough.
And I was like, okay. I mean, it's a good game, but it could have been 40.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's how I feel. That's how we feel about Pink Sweats.
Yeah. But I'm curious about this one. I want to make this one cook a little bit more. I just let it play through. I didn't look at names of records. I just kind of was like, at first was like, whoa. And then later on I was like, eh.
Did he have any? He had one feature in Kalani. Which I thought was,
at the very end.
It was actually a good song when I
track
heard it.
fucking 17.
Yeah, track 17.
Like, when is Kalani coming on?
There is a lot of marketing behind him, so I'm so like.
Check our YouTube to see what just happened. I think that's in the thing.
It should be.
It should be.
I think he needs to be better. Like for how much I think Atlantic is pushing him. I think he should be better.
Yeah.
Not even he should be better. It's just
I really want to save that next one for next week.
Okay, that's fine.
I think it makes way more sense.
That's fine by me.
You know what I'm saying?
Because I only gave it one run through, and I feel like because I was rushing it, I still didn't do it justice.
Way more sense.
And
let's not even.
My thing would not be positive if you read my notes. So.
Damn, I didn't read it yet, but good to know. We'll definitely save that one. In that case, let's get to our feature
headliner
project of the week. So it's not a movie soundtrack then. What's it called?
No. Let me get the actual name.
I have Spotify open on my computer.
It's called Judas, the Black Messiah, the Inspired. The Inspired album.
Yeah.
It's not called the soundtrack. It's called the Inspired album.
Interesting. Judas and the Black Messiah, the Inspired album.
Because there's a soundtrack too. There's a soundtrack which is like
which might be worse.
All the extra.
Let's run down the names that are on this. So you have
everyone.
Fred Hampton Jr., who's chairman. I'm
Who's
not sure
on
where.
Fred Hampton's son?
One would guess. We have who's on track 2? I can't even see that.
Her.
Oh yeah, that's the Her record. We have Nas and Hit Boy.
Yep.
We have Black Thought.
C.S. Armstrong and Angela Haunt. Haunt? Is it Haunty or Haunter?
I was guessing Haunt.
Okay.
We have Nipsey Hussle and Jay-Z. Rest in peace, Nipsey. We have Hit Boy. Solo on that one. We have Smino and Saba. We have Masego, JID, and Rhapsody, which just might be like the Brooklyn Nets low key. We have BJ the Chicago Kid. We have Lil Durk. We have White Dave, who's not white, featuring not featuring, but White Boy and Hit Boy. So White Dave and Hit Boy.
White Boy.
We have G Herbo. We have Nardo Wick, Pooh Shiesty, Polo G, Dom Kennedy, G Herbo again, Hit Boy and Bump J, Serve, Safe. Kiana Lede, ASAP Rocky, and the other Rakim, Rakim.
The other Rakim.
So let's kind of start reviewing this one. What I will say is when I saw the track list for this, I mean, I went crazy. Like, just in case for anyone who doesn't know the movie, it is a Fred Hampton biopic. It stars Daniel Kaluuya as well as Lakeith Stanfield.
Stop you there. So, well, it's not a biopic.
That's how it was described in articles.
According to
One of the actors?
no, according to I didn't even want to talk about this.
TMZ?
Emotional Orange. No, what's that girl? No
Emotional
name.
Oranges.
No name.
Okay.
Because they were like, you're from Chicago. You talk about black activism. Like, why aren't you on this? And she says she was asked to be on it, but she turned it down.
Yeah.
Because the movie was not about Fred Hampton. She said it's about an informant who snitched on Fred Hampton. Like, yeah, you can tell from the name. It's called Judas. Like, Fred Hampton's not Judas. But so both now just based off Emotional Oranges, No Name. I don't keep on mixing both of them up.
Wow.
Sorry, No Name.
That's a crazy connection.
I think it's because did they go to concert together? Were they at the same concert? No. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever.
It's okay.
But according to No Name, it's not a biopic. So, but whatever. I think it is.
Yeah,
I think just
No Name's opinion is
exactly
gonna be No Name's opinion in that sense. I mean, and she has valid opinion, and I'm sure she has a valid reason to think the way she does. And to your point, I mean, she opted not to be in it. They did. It seems like they did intentionally reach out to artists from Chicago.
Yep.
So her turning it down almost validates that in terms
and that's why I said if it was like some random ass guy from Atlanta, like Future, I'm like, I'm not saying that.
Facts. I mean, I won't spend too much time on a per record basis. What I will say is track 2, Fight For You. I love that her record.
Yeah, that was solid.
She also produced it,
which
was very interesting to note. One of my favorite songs on the album, I will say, one of those kind of standout records from a quality standpoint. Again, one of those, we've been using basketball references all day. You look at the box score at the end of the day, and it was like, whoa, she put up 31, 7, and 4 with 2 steals? What the fuck?
Exactly, playing good the whole game.
Definitely one of those type of records, Fight For You by her. EPMD, which is the Nas and Hit Boy record. I like what they're doing together.
Hit Boy just picked up where he stopped last year.
Yeah, I like what they're doing. Obviously, going back to Nas's King Disease and everything else Hit Boy did last year as well. What I noticed with Hit Boy, maybe it just didn't click to me before, but I'm starting to identify his sound. It's like he has a certain drum kit and beat kit that only he has.
Every producer has sounds, like certain sound. That's why I can tell producers just by the beat. I'm like, I know who made this beat because they have sounds.
Feel signature.
Like I always say, Run Turbo. If you can shoot to his song, his beats, you can always shoot. It's just somehow the way he does his beats.
And somehow that record off of Nas's project King's Disease, Spicy with Fivio Foreign and Ferg. That record just makes way more sense when I play something like EPMD.
Get cash as long, last as long. Platinum cars without ratchets on.
Okay, so spicy.
Blood seats with the hazards on. EPMD.
It's the same exact
drum kit.
BPM at least. You know what I'm saying?
And that started with the same drum kit and then just rearranged
same thing
after that.
I do like Nas on that type of sound though. We have track 4, Welcome to America, Black Thought, C.S. Armstrong, Angela Hunt. Typical Black Thought on there, typical instrumental type of instrumental and or instrumentation type of instrumental is what I meant to say there, and just typical Black Thought wilding out and going off and being an alien as usual. Of course. Track 5, of course, that's the one that a lot of us were waiting for. I was definitely waiting for that.
Everyone was waiting for
Nipsey
that.
Hussle, Jay-Z. This one is crazy. This one's crazy.
It honestly lived up to the hype.
Yeah,
I would say that. I expected a 9 out of 10 and I got a 10 out of 10. And that's not saying like 9 out of 10, like I didn't expect perfect. But I don't want to put that expectations on them.
No, for sure. Jay-Z went crazy. I mean, I would say his pen is sharp, but he don't write.
He's just going to boot and spit.
You know what I'm saying? So, yes, just a lot of good references in there. Listen to that, read the lyrics. That's another thing that I'm doing. I know it's not groundbreaking and a lot of people do it, but I'm trying to make it more conscious to read lyrics, especially as I listen to songs multiple times.
Especially if it has like a good message that I want to actually, like, not one of those like, no.
And even sometimes if it doesn't, because sometimes you might be feeling a track and then you look at I'm like, you're not saying shit. It just sounds nice.
Yeah. Oh, that
so I can kind of classify it, you know what I'm saying? So I'm starting to do that a little bit more, and reading the lyrics to that Jay-Z verse was definitely
on this track.
Interesting.
I do want to say the way Nipsey Hussle's estate, I'm going to assume, I'm just going to call it the estate, is handling the release of his records is how I like to see posthumous. Like, I don't want to see you every weekend.
Yeah, don't just don't photo dump it.
Because now we see Nipsey, everyone's hyping. Might even have like Nipsey every like year.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, it's just another Nipsey record. Like, sure, no RIP, not sure. Like, you know, but because we haven't heard Nipsey in a while, everyone's feeling for this Nipsey, and I love it because.
Yeah, it's still treating, you know, what verses he had recorded, still treating it with intention.
Exactly.
That's,
not just
that's
throwing
probably
it
the
out
best way to put
money.
it.
Throw it out there trying to get money. Like,
Exactly.
This is amazing. I like
No,
it.
agreed. Track 6, Broad Day. Not his first time doing this, but how do you feel about Hit Boy as a rapper?
I'm not a fan of it. We talked about didn't he release an album last year? I was like, I hated it. I couldn't even finish it.
Yeah, I like
think
it,
it's just
man.
my prejudice.
It's
like,
so basic. I like it.
That's the thing. I go into it like, yo, this guy's a producer. He should not be rapping. So unless
But Kanye was a producer.
Kanye blew me out of the water with his production.
So Hit Boy don't?
Like, no offense to Hit Boy, but like,
Oh, come on. He
it's
makes yellow
different.
tape, man. He makes yellow tape.
in the pocket apart, calling the blitz. Getting looks from them crackers, we all in the Ritz.
Getting looks from them crackers, we all in the Ritz.
That's a hard line, though. Crackers
It is.
and Ritz.
It is. But it's been said in hip hop for 25 years.
I've never heard that line before.
Come on, man. It's been said in hip hop for 25 years. What are we talking about? I like it because it's so basic.
It is.
Like, it almost reminds me, and obviously this is not to take away from Hit Boy's legacy, because I'm comparing him to the early time of an artist. It reminds me of early Ye in terms of the lyricism.
Honestly, fair enough. Because Ye did not have the lyricism. We all knew that, but his production was just so up there that he kept his lyricism enough.
It's just, oh man, I like it. It's fun. It's simple and fun. Track 7, Plead the Fifth,
Wait,
Plead
hold
the
up.
45th.
How do you produce your own track? You're in the booth like, yo, tell the producer, so you have to have a stand.
J.
Like, yo,
Cole
run
does
that
it.
back, run that back.
Russ does it.
Hey, that's true. Like, run that back. Wait, let me see how that sounds. Okay, can you add a snare drum to that?
Bare people that do it.
No,
Low
that's
key.
actually sick.
Bare people that do it. Plead the 45th, Smino and Saba. I mean, Smino to me is just certified alien at this point.
I didn't know who was who because I haven't looked at the lyrics yet, but they were both fire.
First verse is Smino.
They were both fire. Like, I was just like,
Saba
whoa.
pivot, kills it as usual. I need that full release from Saba, man. I really need it.
Yeah, oh yeah, he's been releasing a while.
I need it. Yeah.
17, 16, 17.
I almost want to say 18, late 18, something like that. I need that new Saba
want
stuff.
that.
He's appeared, obviously, Dreamville Records.
Yeah.
He had the record with Pivot Gang, or a few records with Pivot Gang, I should say. But I need that full
You want
project.
a full project from him.
I need that. Shout out to my guy Juice, Good in the Hood. Good in the Hood podcast. Check him out. Yo, I need you to talk to Pivot Gang and get that Saba project out expeditiously, please.
Expeditious.
But Smino's an alien, man. The other week I did say that I need a new Smino project. This one will definitely hold me down for a little bit.
You got a
still.
verse.
This will hold me down still. But notice what it takes to hold me down. Just a little verse.
Now, I think I'm calling out. I'm tired of stuck and I'm not enough. Surrounded by narcissists with news just moving through the contusion. They see my hue when they wanna do me just like Huey P. Newton.
Come on.
Who's that?
That's Smino.
That's Smino? Okay.
Yeah. I remember they were talking to the Joe Budden podcast was talking to Reason on the phone. At the time when him and JID were just talking shit to one another. I think they were both on the phone or something like that. And they were saying how, like, you know, they feel like they're the best rappers, obviously, like, period. Reason feels like he's better than JID. JID feel like he's better than Reason. And Joe Budden had asked him, you know, who else do you kind of include in that category of they just have so much swag, so much sauce that they think they're better than everyone as a rapper? Smino was one of those guys.
I can believe that.
I believe it too. That guy's a fucking alien. It's scary out there. Track 8, Something Ain't Right, Masego, JID, Rhapsody.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is my first time hearing Masego. Bodied it.
I love Masego.
Bodied the chorus.
I love Masego. That guy is very talented. He's for sure in my top 3 new hip hop artists.
Like, I'm definitely gonna go look into him during the week and try and bump some of his older stuff. Because honestly, I could listen to the chorus on repeat 3 times in a row.
He came out with, listen to his latest project. It's real good. It's called...
Was he at the Pivot Gang show you went to?
No, I wish. I
know you've talked about him a few times.
I know he came out with Lady not too long ago, but I thought he had something recently. I thought it was an EP. I'm just not finding it right now. But nonetheless, I mean, that record, it's funny because I don't really have commentary because it's just everything I expect from 3 of my favorite artists. 2 of my favorite artists, Rhapsody and JID, and then Masego, definitely fitting in that favorite tier as well. I don't have nothing to say. It's good.
I was gonna say on this,
I
like, I was gonna say, oh, JID snap. I'm like, JID snaps on everything. Like, I'm not saying this is basic JID, but like, basic JID is a really high level JID.
Yep.
I don't know what to say about
Typical JID or wrestling references, vintage JID.
Typical JID.
Okay.
It's already like I think he's a high level rapper already. So like his basic is like when I say it's a basic JID, I'm not saying it's like a 5 out of 10 verse. I'm saying like it's an 8 out of 10 verse minimum. So I'm not gonna say anything about him because he just did his thing. Rhapsody though, like I've heard Rhapsody's album like a long time ago, like 3, 4, 5 years ago, and it sounded like she was just like a lyricist spitter. This one though, I was like, yo, the ad-libs were killing me. This flow switch up was killing me.
Yeah, Rhapsody's no joke, man.
And this is the look I've been. I want her to have like a quote-unquote A-lister look. And she's been on albums, but like she's never been like on a Jay-Z album, J. Cole album, Kendrick album. I feel like this gives her the shine. Everyone's like, yo, Rhapsody? Like,
yeah, and it's funny because she's done work with, maybe with the exception of Hove, she's done work with all of them. And they highly respect her.
And that's the thing.
But you also want it on the, for lack of a better word, A-list platform in addition to just working with them.
Yes, because what I was going to say is this album, what it does is, and I think about this with artists, they transcend hip-hop.
Yeah.
And this is an album, like, don't get me wrong with JID. He's good, amazing. He doesn't transcend hip-hop.
And he's not there yet, right? He's still, but Rhapsody's there.
Yeah, exactly.
In my opinion, at least.
So, as this album transcends hip-hop, people that would never listen to Rhapsody, they'll listen to this album. Like, oh, shit.
Exactly.
This girl's kind of sick.
Exactly.
I've never heard of her before.
Exactly.
So, this look I've been waiting for Rhapsody to have, I think she's... Even though she's blown in our heads, she's about to blow even higher.
Yeah, no, I get exactly what you mean by that.
It's a fire verse.
I get exactly what you mean by that.
One of the best tracks on the album, if not the.
Definitely a top 3, top 4 type of record on this project. And shout out to Rhapsody, shout out to JID as usual. Track 9, Letter to You, BJ the Chicago Kid, solid.
Oh, I just want to, after these 3 tracks, I'm like, yo, Harrison's in heaven.
Solid.
I repeat all those 3 tracks over again.
Dead. No, that's solid. Track 10, On Your Mind, Lil Durk.
Durk was sounding vulnerable. I liked it.
Yeah.
I liked it. Just, you know.
Rapping from the heart.
Exactly.
For sure. Track 11, Appraise.
White Boy and White Dave.
That one's featuring White Dave and Hit Boy. Now, again, I don't know who White Dave is, but he's not white.
I Googled him. Supposedly, he said because of the way he acted when he was growing up, everyone called him white. Like, he acted like white.
I get it.
He said one of his OGs was just like, yo, just be White Dave. And he's like, you know, I'm just going to roll with it. So
this is definitely a Yellow Tape beat from Hit Boy. If you were on Clubhouse listening to the beat battles, these were the type of beats that were playing from the high-level winners.
Walking around hella comfy. Why they even let this man out? Fuck bail money. Badges on the license to kill, that never was the case. Niggas get the shittiest deal. Open, shut the case. Cops walk free. Riddle bodies left uncovered. Let the whole hood see.
Yeah, that's a Yellow Tape beat. That's a crazy beat. Track 12, All Black.
G Herbo.
First
of all, they fucked up giving Turbo a track. Turbo killed this beat, I think.
Yeah, smoked it.
Amazing. G Herbo is just...
and Turbo.
I love it. I'm going to say at the end of this album was like anthemic.
Unthematic?
No, not un. Anthemic.
I don't know what that
anthemic.
means. I can't lie. I have no fucking clue what anthemic means.
It's because I'm saying
I've never heard of that word in my life.
I'll say it right now.
What the fuck?
You've heard it, trust me.
Oh, man. But no, Herbo, man. Herbo's giving you Herbo flow on this one. This is a real good record. I mean, you talk about potentially best record of the album type feel.
Okay, I'm going to say the word now.
You can press sound on Google.
Oh, it is on. Oh, my volume was low.
Diction.
Anthemic.
There we go.
I don't know what anthemic means.
Okay, it just means like it's like an anthem, like, and that's how I felt with this song and this album as a whole was. It felt loud. It felt like in your face. So like, which if you know the Black Panthers,
All Black Herbo feels like My Turn, Lil Baby, or no, what's the record called? It's bigger than black and white.
Bigger than life.
Yeah.
Bigger than life,
The bigger picture. The bigger picture.
I can never get that song.
I don't know why I can't either.
See trumpets.
Herbo's going crazy on this.
What's the chit chat? Bitch, the whip outside cause a knick-knack. Got around to the nearest 10. Touch ends, bitch, I'm nearing 10. They like Swervo done did it again. He done spent all that shit on his friends.
Yeah, he's going crazy on this one. I feel like, speaking of, again, the bigger stage, this feels like a level up for Herbo. It just feels like, again, timing. Because it's not Herbo spazzing. This is Herbo being Herbo.
Because I actually listened to Herbo again earlier this year because I think he's been on a few features. I'm like, yo, this guy is still fire. Like,
yeah, no, he's going crazy. And I feel like, again, it's just meeting good timing, timing of the moment, timing of the movie, the soundtrack, nothing else really being out. It's good timing, I feel like this is going to result in a level up by the end of 2021 for him. Right? We might look at him as a legitimate, say, and this is respectfully because it's not talking about the skill, it's talking about the popularity, he might be legitimate B-level rapper by the end of the year.
Yeah, Lil Durk leveled up.
You know what I'm saying?
Within a year or two.
I wouldn't be surprised if that kind of level up happens for Herbo as well. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. Just not to spend too much time on these records, man. I don't want to go record by record.
I want to go record by record. I'll be quick.
I'm only gonna talk about ASAP Rocky, so you can do everything before that.
All right, 13. I Declare War, Nardo Wick. I hated this song when it first started, but then his verse came in. I was like, yo, I like this guy.
It's an interesting record.
I gotta go find out more about him, but it's a love-hate relationship with that record. Last Man Standing, Polo G. Home run, man. This guy don't miss. When I went on to this album on Spotify, there was only 2 songs that were added to Rap Caviar. It was the Nipsey Hussle one and this Polo G song.
Interesting.
That's how you know it's fire.
Why wouldn't they put the Herbo on that?
I don't know.
Okay.
Contagious.
Or fucking 20.
Safe featuring Kiana Lady. Safe sounded kind of poppy if you know where he's
Super
from.
poppy. I noticed that.
If you know where he's from, even the lyrics.
Super
I'm like, yo, who gave you
poppy.
these lyrics to read, man? Because this is not the music we
Yo,
us
this is
created.
the next weekend? Because the way that he successfully fit that poppy sound, I was
Amazing.
like, whoa, okay.
And so
This
shout out
could
to
be a big
Toronto, because Safe is from Toronto. I just want to say that was another record. Rich Nigga Problems, ASAP Rocky. This guy's luxury rap, right?
He has to be. I think he has that swaggy, jiggy, as he would say, type of rap, right?
Even when
He's
he
been
raps,
that guy.
He just talks about expensive, quote unquote, expensive
That's
shit.
it. He's swaggy rap for sure, for sure.
He does it with that new age flow, new age beat. I like it.
I like what he did on this though. Like I think he did real well. I know there was a lyric grab that was floating around on social media, based on one of Fred Hampton's. I could be misquoting this or missaying this. I think it was like a Fred Hampton speech or something that Fred Hampton had said. Like we don't fight. Let me just say we don't fight capitalism with black capitalism. We fight them with war. Something like that. I'm freestyling right now. And then ASAP in court, and that was like much more than that. That was like the punchline. It was like a whole paragraph, and he incorporated the whole paragraph in the verse.
Oh, that's crazy. See, I didn't even know that.
You know what I'm saying? So people were like, yo, ASAP's going crazy.
And yeah, I'll talk about this at the end of the. And then Rakim just did Rakim. No, not just did Rakim.
Yeah.
Rakim's a poet.
Let's hope that she really for me. Most hosts couldn't handle me. I'm postponing the family.
Staying real current, and then again from one Rakim to the other. I think ASAP's Rocky's name is Rakim, right?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I think they named him Rakim after Rakim. And then you have the bonus record, Black Messiah, featuring Rakim. I'm not gonna lie, that record missed, but
it did miss.
It is what it is.
He's spitting stuff.
It's Rakim, though.
But definitely, he's spitting stuff. But as a song, it kind of missed.
Yeah,
That's why I
as
say
a song,
poet.
as a song, it
and
missed. Rakim is one of my favorite rappers ever. Before anyone tries to come in,
I'll say he's one of my favorite lyricists. I like him on the pen. I like his pen. Song down.
No, I have him in
He has
like
a few
my
misses in my
personal
book.
top 10.
But all in all, this is like it's not an album. So I want to tell people because first of all, I love this album.
Yeah,
Even though I say
no, I
it's
like
not
this.
an
I like this a lot.
All people are like, it's not concise. It's not meant to be. It's just a bunch of tracks inspired by the movie. As a soundtrack, so again, my expectations were lower. I wasn't expecting first track this, go into the second track, third track, tell me about this. But these rappers were spitting. And as a black man, I felt a certain ways about certain songs that I know white people do not. Because I was looking at some reviews and they're like, man, it was okay. This person was this. I'm like, because you guys just listen to it as a song. You're not just taking in the lyrics.
Feeling.
Like, taking to what Jay-Z is saying, taking what Polo G is saying, taking what Rakim is saying, and you'll be like...
You let them storm the Capitol. Whatever little ounce of respect I had for you, I lost it. So I'm going to sell weed out in public.
There we go. See,
and he literally got a weed company, right?
Goes over people's heads. Trust me, people are just like, the album was okay. It could have been better. Very Loud, which, if you know the Black Panther, they're loud. Shout out Chicago, we said that already. Got some Chicago artists in there, the newer age Chicago, which I really liked.
For sure.
It was like the up and coming Chicago artists. So, executive produced by Hip Boy. I would have loved if Kanye and Hip Boy. Imagine.
No thanks.
I would have done. That would have been
no
fire.
Thanks.
Like not wild Kanye. I mean like Kanye, like sane Kanye.
No thanks.
Nah, I would have been.
No thanks.
Cool with that.
I'm cool without. I think Hip Boy executed perfectly on this. I think it sounded the way it needed to sound. I enjoyed it the way I needed to enjoy it. I think it did a great showcase of Chicago artists. The way it needed to do a great showcase. Okay, Jay Crowder's going off. Let's go. I need that. Was that a 3? I need that.
It was a 3.
I need that.
I seen that.
But yeah, no, I mean, again, there's a lot to like about this. There's a ton of playback on it.
Very, very.
If I were to think about some of my favorite records, that Her record is powerful. That Jay-Z, a Nipsey Hussle record is powerful. I like the Hit Boy rapping alone. I think Smino's an alien. I love that record. The Masego JID Rhapsody is a problem. The Herbo record is a problem. The first Herbo record, I should say specifically, although the second
Black?
one is a problem too.
Herbo was just a problem.
And then the ASAP Rocky record is a problem. There's a lot to like on this, right? And then you point out records like the Polo G and the Safe, and just there's a lot to like.
There's a lot.
The Dirk record, there's a lot to like, right? There's a lot to like on this. It's offering a lot, and it draws the respective intrigue that it needs to say, hey, maybe I should watch this movie. You know what I'm saying? So I liked it a lot. Worth the listen, worth the download, worth re-listening to. Some replay value there for sure.
There was definitely no skips on my first listen. Not every song was my favorite, but there was no skips.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree with that. Let's get into rotation. Let's end the show off. I'll go first. In my rotation, it hasn't been the most expansive rotation, but what I have included in there is Bruh, JID Denzel Curry. A few SZA records. So I was bumping Hit Different. I was bumping Good Days as well.
Different.
I like both of them records. SZA is on some shit. Can't wait for that record.
She's dropping soon,
yeah,
right?
she mentioned.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that one to come out. I bumped one more time Audacity Complete by Kevin Ross. I mentioned that a few weeks ago, and I am back on that. It's a really good R&B project.
ROSS or ROSS, right, Ross?
ROSS, yeah, okay, Kevin Ross. I bumped some Snow Allegra. Those feels again. Wanted to hear it in 2019. It needs
2019?
to cook. I wanted to hear it in 2021. I think it's from 2019. Okay. My bad.
You're thinking ahead. I know you're thinking ahead. That's why.
I have to let that one cook a little bit more because it's been in the vault for a little bit. Black Habits Deluxe by D Smoke. I don't know which part of it was deluxed, but it was good just kind of revisiting that album. The Circus by Mick Jenkins. Carry the Fire by Alchemist. Israeli Salad, of course, 2015 instrumental album from Alchemist as well. I bumped Victory Lap. I bumped Jay-Z Artist Shuffle. And then I bumped... I'll include Calling My Phone on there by Lil Tjay and Black. And I'll leave it at that.
Okay. Mine will be fast. I bumped Gardner Express from Pressa. I really like that album, to be honest. Sad Necessary by Milky Chance. Just came out in 2014. I closed. Los Dioses, which is the joint album by Anuel AA, Anuel AA, and Ozuna. Honestly, it sounds they make fire music. I don't know what they're saying half the time, but actually most of the time. But some songs they sound fire, like the voice with the beat and one of those. It's more of a vibe.
Okay.
Where did I stop? I went on a Lil Mosey artist shuffle. Just like 4 or 5 tracks. I like his voice. It's growing on me. Down to Earth, Atlantis. This was his album that came out last year in July. You know, just a chill vibe. You're Going to Be Fine by 5 a.m. I went back and bumped a few of those songs. That was a fire album. Why does it always send me back? I will add Judas the Black Messiah because honestly, I may have not bumped the whole album twice, but I've bumped a few songs more than a few times.
True.
And honestly, that's just about it. The rest is just playlists. I've been to a lot of pop music, just random pop music, of trying to cheer me up with this cold and.
I hear that. I'm not mad at that.
Snowy weather, like it's
Very
one of those things. Yeah, that's all I do. It has
been
to
cold as hell outside.
In the summertime, I play more rap music because then it's fine. Like, the sun cheers me up. So, you know, and with lockdown ending, hopefully, you know.
No facts.
We can all get into a better mental state and, you know, get this year rolling.
And we can be like New Zealand. We'll be like New Zealand. Post-potpourri. Let's get into some post-potpourri. If you're done your rotation. Nothing too crazy. I mean, the usual boxing MMA picks. Check that out on YouTube. Boxing MMA picks. Type that all as one word. Boxing MMA picks for UFC predictions. If you bet on sports, I'm not promoting it. But if you do it, you will get a lot of analysis on the fights that are happening, which ones are worth betting on, which ones you want to avoid, etc., etc. We do have a prediction after the fight happened, of course, because we record before the fight happens, but the episode happens after. You know what I'm saying? Episode drops after. Kamaru Usman has faced Gilbert Burns.
Who?
Teammates. UFC main event. And
UFC 258?
258.
Okay,
yeah.
I've never seen about it.
Usman is a champ, 170 pounds.
What class is that?
Welterweight.
Okay.
Gilbert Burns just came off of a win versus Tyron Woodley.
Was he the contender?
Woodley and Burns were both like 1 and 2 contender. Who wins faces Usman type of thing.
Not one champion.
And yeah, Burns beat Woodley pretty handedly there.
Oh shit.
But I think Usman's too much, man. They're former teammates. I mean, in sparring, they know who's better.
Who's better?
And I think they know it's Usman.
Ooh.
I think they know. I could be wrong.
Are they similar styles, opposite styles?
They're somewhat similar styles. Usman's wrestler, whereas Burns is more of a grappler. And they're both two fighters who have now improved their stand-up.
Gotcha.
So it's probably going to stay on the stand-up. It's probably going to be a real intriguing fight on the stand-up. Usman's probably going to use his wrestling to score points. Gilbert Burns will threaten with submissions. So it's like, does he catch him in the grappling, which I don't think he will.
Because he doesn't want to go to submission.
Is Usman going to control the wrestling? Maybe not, even though he'll have a moment or two. Who wins on the feet? Question marks. It's somewhat 50-50. You could argue Burns is a little better on the feet. You could argue Usman's a little better on the feet. So a pretty evenly matched fight, but I think Usman's a little too much. I think Usman's going to be too big. I don't think the submissions will be a problem, and I think Usman's going to win, 3 to 4 rounds out of 5.
Okay.
Right? I don't think we'll see a finish.
Undercard we should? Any
not
good
specifically.
matches on the undercard you expect?
Not specifically.
Okay.
I'll be honest. Not specifically.
Like up and coming contenders in the undercard.
No.
Yeah, I was looking at the undercard. I'm like, I don't know any of these names, and
no,
I don't know.
Nothing like that. That's pretty much it, unless anything is random in the news.
Let's just go Raptors. That's about it.
Yeah, let's go Raptors. Do. So on that note, please cue that music. That will take us to the end, the unfortunate end of another episode of the True North Views podcast. So please, as usual, continue that conversation by doing all of that algorithmic stuff, man. Like, rate, comment, subscribe, follow, share, all that good stuff. Definitely, we appreciate that. Anything that you can to help the algorithms run back time. Press search. Don't press a direct link. Search it instead, so we get more hits on the. You know what I'm saying? Like all that good stuff. All that good stuff. Now, as usual, I go by the name of Harris.
Skirt. You know me. Skirt Master, Mr. Triple Double himself, 0 assists. Cheese. Stealing 70 mil from the TTC. Cheese. You can call me just Shola.
Please, before we officially go, I thought that was Frank the Tank, but that was Dario Saric.
It's not. I know. I twice I got fed. I was like, oh shit. Like, oh,
please tell them that number 1 rule.
Watch out for the waste, man.
Watch out for the motherfucking waste, man. Somehow we still put up 90 minutes, just the two of us. But I mean, listen, we done more than 100, man. We done more than 100 like this, man. Come on, you knew 90 minutes was still on the table.
Exactly, man.
Come on, man.
That's what we're going to give you.
Come on, man. Anyways, man, there's Brick City out there. Oh, I saw Saskatchewan recorded their coldest weather ever. Minus 47.
Before wind chill?
I don't know. But minus 40 blood clot 7.
I'm just staying my ass inside.
Are you kidding me?
No heat can even keep you warm with that. Like, you need a heater right at your feet.
Yo.
Like, how much energy is being wasted in those houses?
And then Montreal recorded their coldest weather ever. Not ever, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
lately,
in a while.
Lately or some shit. I don't fucking know, man.
Since
I don't know the time.
1977.
But theirs was like, a little bit more mediocre, like minus 23. I was
like ours is not bad. Whenever we hit our coldest days, it was like minus 20s.
Facts.
Like, we don't get like the minus 40s, but minus 47?
It's wild out there.
How do you start your car?
It's wild out there.
I don't think my car would start.
I don't think that shit would start either.
Because I think I tried to start my car today. It was like a minus 20 something, and it gave me a little trouble. So.
And then that's it. Anyways, man, it's a True North Views podcast episode 142. Peace. One day I'll align that part properly.